biggest pan long neck in the past. My correct is so sensitive.
break with that one, that family thing that he tried to project. I know it's still there. But when I see Buzz there, I know it's still there. I'm missing a few faces who features in the band at that time coming up the road, but I didn't see Joseph come up the road yet. Alexis, one of the band leaders over the years.
We didn't have no intention of going Parama in those days. And I decided to, well, alright, we don't be an orchestra, we be a symphony. And so the band became Sancity Steel Symphony. And I'm the treasurer since then. Watch the money grow, fall, grow, but we're still there. And as they say, we have been a family since then, an institute. And the family unit is the cornerstone of every civilized society. And that is what we are. You all heard that?
Say that again in Spanish.
Yes. Right.
You know who child that?
Go ahead.
The family unit is the cornerstone of every civilized society, and that is what we are, and we remain civilized. And this is a good place for your children to be, as we are 2 years at Pan Camp, and you see them grow from the next year we enter the medium category, and so we're growing. We're growing. And I am there to see that we manage the money, and so we keep growing. We'll be celebrating 25 years in the next, with our own bands, but San Francisco City 25 years now, but we didn't have our own band 25 years. The next couple of years we'll be celebrating 25 years. But it was nice to have this tonight, and thanks for coming. And hope you see many of you again, even in the panorama.
In closing, I would like to say that following the thread of thought of institution is that in our community we tend to lack continuity, and steel band has become like a big babysitter for people who, well, I will send them there now. You have to pick them up, you have to bring them in the panyard. You don't see the parents unless there's some problem or some misinterpreted report that went told. You understand? And we would keep the children, we would develop them into players, and then they would disappear. You say, oh, but I don't know. We have to put our children in situation and support them. You understand? So our children growing up without that attitude towards continuity, we just like butterfly here, there, and everywhere, you know, and people blowing the wind and we so all about the place. Continuity, not just here. I am asking that people support their children in the steel band and try to keep them. We are trying to provide beyond just penmanship. We are trying to provide music literacy, access to playing other musical instruments, preparing youth for the panning classroom, teaching project. We have other things in mind. We need a panyard. We need resource to get into other areas of personal development for youth. But a panyard has tremendous potential in terms of developing people. And also, it is important, imperative that people support the family. Right? Don't just send your children and keep them, support the projects, find out what is happening, you know, be part of, because it's a family as we say. Right? You don't have to invite you to be part of the family. You invite yourself. Hey, you have to do that. You have to do this. You have to do that. No, we need that vibe, that strength, that energy. Alright? Again, well, thanks. I just want to say the same thing that I've been saying before. Thanks to everyone for being here. Thanks also for all the people who have contributed to the band over the years, who have played, left, and still around. And what is very nice is that most of the members that I have known as part of this band have developed themselves to some proper standard in life. Very, very important. And I feel that Sancity then has standard to you all, and you all keep it. That's very good. I keep going about that. Thanks again. It's very nice.
All right. A great Merry Christmas and a better prosperous New Year and a very, very, very happy Carnival 2014. Yeah, go ahead. Don't stop. All right. I'm a member of this band, but before I continue, all who play the retro drum already put their hands up. So why I'm making this demonstration is that Kingsville Retro Rhythm, my dad is up here. Kingsville Retro Rhythm is a sister band of Sancity. And I don't want to refer with my great colleague Dr. Lev. But Kingsville is more than an institution. Kingsville is a dynasty. All the family members of the Carries put up their hand. Somebody had me wrong hand. This cannot show it, demonstration. Kingsville is a dynasty, and I always mention that it's not just a band. There are few bands in the country who are dynasty, and Kingsville is one of them. And we, on behalf of our band, Kingsville Retro Rhythm. Now, I'd like to explain this Kingsville Retro Rhythm thing. It's not a big head thing. The part of the section of St. Madeleine that the band resides used to be known as Kingsville. That's why there's a bar in the area called Kingsville. Hence the reason Kingsville Retro Rhythm. We were once Panjambi. However, there were two other Panjambi's entities. So we switched to the Kingsville Retro Rhythm. On behalf of Kingsville Retro Rhythm, we want to wish you all again the best and the most and be part of this whole happening. And thank you very much.
Who had impressed me in some discussions we had most recently. We have lost some players because they find Jesus. We have lost them. There's no more pan for them for some reason or the other. And I can't understand it. Because I never lost Jesus. And I hear. And we have a pastor here who has some experience in that, and he impressed me in the way he spoke, right? So I'd like him to share something with you, right?
This is Mark Daniel, and first of all, I'd like to really say I'm sorry for all those people who left the band because they found Jesus. Because I'll tell you the truth. I'm a pastor. I've lived abroad for many years. But before I became a pastor, before I became a Christian, I was a Trini. I was a Trini. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't plan to leave Jesus anytime soon, but even if I did, even after I leave him, I'll still be Trini.
Yes.
So the problem is that I found when I was living abroad, and I hear about Trinidad or Trinidadians, or any of my friends hear about Trinidad or Trinidadians, the first thing they look for is our culture.
Yeah.
That's what they look for.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the truth, I myself, I don't know anybody here who's probably been involved in church and stuff like that for over the last 10, 20 years. There was a time in church where you couldn't play a pan. I don't know if anybody remember them days. You couldn't bring a pan in church. That was like that sin. That we used to call that devil music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody remember them days? That was devil music. But you know we were stupid enough to listen to Jim Reeves.
Yes.
We don't know nothing about country and western, but we listening to Jim Reeves. And that's country and western music. Now watch this. I have nothing against country and western. But if you could listen to Jim Reeves, why you can't listen to Pan?
Thank you.
Yeah. Come on now. So this is the issue that I've had, and I'll be honest with you. I was one of them who, growing up in my years, younger years, I was one of those people that used to separate myself from my culture. And then I realized that there was no Trinidad Christians. We had to either make a decision, either we Trinidadian or Christian. You couldn't be a Trinidad Christian. You're either a Trinidadian or a Christian. We separated the two. Well, you know what? I've been delivered from that nonsense. I'm a Trini Christian here tonight. And I'll be honest with you, I'm really humbled. I'm really humbled to be in the presence of great men. The voices that I've just heard, these great men who exhibited dedication, commitment, and sacrifice through the years to bring this culture. And watch this. Dedication, commitment, and sacrifice against people like the people that have mentalities like I used to have, that used to beat them down and call them bad people and wicked people. But hear what? Tonight, I'm here to say I'm proud to be Trinity. I'm proud to be a Christian. Yeah. And you know what else I'm proud for? I'm proud to be standing here in this dinner with one of the greatest Pan institutions, not just in Trinidad, but since Trinidad is the home of the state, one of the greatest Pan institutions in the world. So on that note, I want to encourage all of us that's here. And when I leave here, I'll be encouraging my people as well. Even when I travel, I'll be encouraging my people as well. Tell you, my dream when I travel is to go with my traveling team and a Pan man. Make sure they know I'm a Trini. And I hope that I could probably call Aquil and find out, could I, on my next trip abroad, could I get somebody to go with me with my instrument, which is the Pan. On that note, I want to say Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year to all of you. And I want to thank you guys so much for supporting our instrument and our culture, the steel band. God bless you. And we don't preach to church people either. We preach to real people. Amen. All right? So God bless you. Merry Christmas.
Yes, so as I tell you, the past time present. Yeah. I couldn't say it like how he said, but I've been saying it through the years. So I'm glad that I met him. Right? We also have discussions. We want to open a Pan side in the church as well. So we wanted to kind of get that happening, and we'll be using some Sancity members to probably coordinate and teach songs and things who have the capabilities. Right? I would like to, at this time, just kind of go through briefly the generation go by, first generation, second generation. So people would stand from the beginning, right? So I will ask the first generation, who will be like JB, who already standing. Sam who don't want to stand again. Ozzy, right? Mr. Let, right? Dick. I'm forgetting anybody?
I guess you better. Let me go by Sam.
Right. Yeah, everybody go by Sam. You could probably take a picture as well. Carver, Scans, Farrell, tell me he'll be here tonight.
And the Squires.
Squires, Camps, Boyer, I know Boyer real name. Stuart. Glasgow, which would be Abina, Subina, Damian, Buzz, Sean. You know, let's gather by Sean and them.
Gather by Sam.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who we missing from this generation here? The next star. Listen all the generation out. All the from now. All the man follow them. Ah, yeah, me. Come. Every man has it. One thing. Tom, Miguel. What do you mean? Who again? Damian washing for.
Listen, that's the one. Yeah, he said. He said
You know what generation is?
Second generation
Come fast, come with sunshine. Sunshine, go with you now. Jelani, Curti. Go by the arm. The balloons in all right there.
The generation, the third generation of Sancity Steel Orchestra.
Chian.
Leanne.
Leanne.
You could right there.
Yeah, let's just Leanne. Oh, Leanne. Oh. Chian. What generation you in? You didn't born out. Come now. Come fast now. Chian, come in the picture now. Natisha, Stephanie, right? Kevon, all the back in the picture. Adei. Shaki. What's Shaki? Alright. Right, the third generation there and the last generation, fourth. All the children come up with you have some entertainment line, you know? Right? Line. And one topic that I would like to talk about, especially the event, this social gathering, because there are one or two people, they're outside, they think they ain't talking to nobody. Let me tell you something. If you're in Hollywood, there's a poolside party and all. That doesn't be for people to jump up. That does be for people to meet each other and talk and make network. Meet and greet. So you as a filmmaker and you as an actor and you as a this and you as a that. So you find after that party a movie going to happen somewhere down the line. You understand what I say? We can't be successful. Very few people in the world are successful by themselves. Very few people in the world are successful. I alone. I going to do everything and I know. It don't happen so. So it is very important that we as a community, and I ain't talking about a community as African people alone, but I'm talking about a community as Spanish. Because that is also a community. Because if you check out all the Spanish in the world, there is a big market of people to market whatever product that you have or whatever you into. Yes or no? Yes. Yes? Yes. Right. So if I sell an apple and I can get all my pan people to buy one apple in the world at $1, how much money do you think we have? All understand what I say? Children who on tablet and phone, don't let the message go. The message on the phone ain't going and get all rich. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So it is important as we as a community to know that we have a market base within our community, and it's important that we as a community support each other. We have to support. A man come with a petty train wherever it is. Me, I catch it. And you're watching $1. $20 to the pet, you know, or even $100 to the pet. Where's $100?
check out what really $100 is now.
Nothing.
They get children. I teach children in school, and I say if anybody get this answer right, I will get $100. I can get it back. Try and understand. And use a big working person and somebody come with an event or whatever they have, and you can say, well, you will take $100 from his salary to support. Something wrong there. You understand? Because if we can't support each other, then who will support we? If we can't support each other, who would support we? And now as I bring it down smaller, we Sancity. And have a lot of people here tonight that disconnected for a long time. That, you know, Sancity, they hear Sancity, they hear anything, but they disconnected. And it's not only, it's not that I'm blaming them, it's also Sancity fault why they disconnected as well. Because we didn't have this. You understand what I say? We didn't have a forum like this where we could, I mean, people would go and we would expect them to stick around and still lend whatever support. But still, not because we expected them to do that, they would do that. Because as people leave, they have their lives to see about. You understand? So I want to encourage people tonight that don't leave and not support. Support. If we sell all the instruments in Sancity, we would probably have about 400,000 to 500,000, including racks and so on and so on and so on. Dick's saying more closer to $10,000. Huh? 100,000. Sorry. Right? I, Aquila Rindell, who is now the future captain of Sancity, I didn't take 50 pounds on stage every panorama and play together $100,000. I didn't do that. It's you. Everybody here. You understand? Everybody here buy them instruments. So it's not my instruments. It's not Santi, Aquil and Dick and who and JB and Sam. It's not me instruments. It's all your own. You understand? I just here to guard it to make sure that when I leave, I make sure I put somebody who really in the sell all the instruments and put it in the pocket and go. You understand what I say? But it's all your own. So all you pay attention to what's going on here. Everybody had make a contribution at some point in time. You know? People that go around up to now. There are people who stay away and Damian calls somebody. Aquil has something against. I don't know what people get that. Aquil has something against. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to keep nobody in mind. I don't have time for that. I don't even have time for myself. You understand what I'm saying? I just tell people I just go to work in the morning with the clothes and reach home in the night, 10 o'clock in the night with the same clothes that I have on. Because I would go to work, then go to school in St. Augustine, and then come here in the Panyard straight one time. And then people know, hey, how I seen you in practice? Boy, Aquil, I don't have time, you know. And I just wonder, I in practice, I going, somebody said 30. I waking up in the morning, going to work, then going to school, then coming to practice, and sometimes I'll go home and I have somebody waiting because I have a studio home too. And people want the music done, and then people telling me how tight the time is. And that does confuse me. However, so be it. You understand? Because I'd rather people not be here than being here and not being here. I don't know if you understand what I say. Because people will come and they will come in practice when they want. They ain't come for 2-3 weeks. And it's best they don't come. And I know that I have to get a guitar person, I have to get a tenor person. So I don't really have no problem with people leaving. You know, just say that I can't stay for now, so I get somebody to go in your place. You understand? So I want people to get out of their mind that anybody in Sancity have anything against anyone. We want to see people prosper. We're doing a lot of musical work in terms of music theory because we realize that people who play in Pan Sancity produce plenty good pan players. Everybody here could play pan real good. And the matter of fact, when they go down by Junior Regalo or when they go down by things, they'll say, what Sancity players? Boy, good. They're good. They like that. You understand what I say? We had a reputation, but that in Laninia work no way. Not because it's a good pan man, they go in and say, come and teach for school now. No, you have to have the education with it, and we recognize that, and we making sure that the last generation, nearly every one of them there could do a little reading and writing music so far. And hopefully within the next 2-3 years, we'll have them with certificates and so on and so on. So by the time they leave school, in the classroom or whoever musical institution or education, they want music education in the school, we could offer these children up and say, well, listen, this is so and so, and this is so and so. They have a good attitude, they have reached to practice on time, they will come to the school on time, they have a good relationship with the principal and the leader and so on and so on and so on. Right? So, I would like to apologize to people, because I'm an apologetic fella, for anybody who feels that I stepped on the corn at some point in time. They feel like, oh gosh, I will do them this, and they're feeling so and so. I would like to apologize. I ain't apologizing for stepping on your corner, no, because if I step on your corner, you deserve that. You understand what I say? Because I'm not coming in this yard, walking through them door and saying, boy, you see today, I feel like to step on 30 corn. No, no. I wish everybody come inside Sancity, play the music and go home. I would have no problem. They walk in that gate, play the music and leave. I would have no problem. But when people bring in this issue and this issue, most of the time when I have an issue to deal with, I'll be, oh gosh, boy, they really gave me that to deal with. But I had to deal with it, and I'm the captain, and I was telling them, I had to be consistent. Because I can't do something for you or discipline this person. And although you're my favorite, I had to discipline you. Because this person will say, well, Aquil, you know it. You understand? I had to be consistent in what's going on. So it's not that I want to be bad, and I don't think that my attitude get any better during the years. As a matter of fact, I think I get more serious and more strict. But Sancity doing well. Tell me which steel band in San Fernando, and I ain't talking about in top. Which steel band in San Fernando have a likable leader? Everybody like them and they're successful. Really? John, understand what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to be in the extreme of those guys that everybody hates you or whatever is the case. But I ain't coming out here to be liked. I'm not coming here to be liked. I come in here to run a steel band. And when I tell you what I have to tell you, I tell you that, and I'm going on. I'm moving on, mean totally nothing. You understand? So it's important that we know that. You understand? I think I said enough, right? In terms of what it is. I'm glad that people here. I would like people I would hope that next year we'll have this again, so we'll have even a bigger population. I think this is a good start, right? And people enjoy the rest of the night. They have plenty of food.
I am particularly addressing all the little ones. There are a whole lot of stories about Christmas. There's a whole lot of Christmas related to a whole lot of stories that the little ones don't know. So I am addressing the little ones. Anybody hear me down the back? Anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Some time ago, I was privileged to be at the North Pole, where Santa and the elves were opening letters. And they were looking at all who was being nice, naughty, etc. But Santa had a problem. with Santa had a problem because he was tired, and Mrs. Santa was telling the Santa, why don't you get your son to take over this job? Because they've been doing this for so many hundreds of years, all over the world, on reindeers, on Christmas midnight, dropping gifts down the chimney and a whole lot of places. And he said to her, my son is not interested. She said, have you spoken to him? Go talk to him. So he did. She did. He did. And he said to his dad, Santa, this Santa Claus thing with white beard and red clothes and thing, is not. Look at me now. He was in a disco. He had on clothes and music was playing and he was and me in this Santa thing. And Santa was telling him, hello. Everything that I believe in and I could relate to, I'm seeing it in you. You need to take it over. Because so many children around the world is depending on us. Santa went back home and told Mrs. Claus, hello, he ain't interested in listening. She said to him, go back and talk to him. So he went back a second time. He grabbed him and pulled him aside and told him, hey, listen, we have been doing this for so many hundreds of years. I am not strong enough to continue it. You need to do it. But while he was talking to him, and he was telling his father, hello, me in this thing, man, look at me, watch me. He was telling his father, look at that one going there, watch. And she needs somebody to do something for her? And the father said to him, Santa said to him, that's what I am telling you about. And then they put them all together. And Santa decided, hello, come take control of me, the workshop, the letters, who will be naughty or nice. And I am sure you're going to enjoy it. I've been doing it for all of these hundreds of years. He then asked his father, the son asked his father, what is Christmas is all about? And Santa turned to him and said, Christmas is about whoever you love, tell them that you love them. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Many men who stood the test and fight the fight. Yeah, rebels.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right, and that's why I think one of my first pieces will be what child is this? They're talking about child in manger and all them kind of things. Well, I say thank God for this pan.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this pan going about how much? 40 much years?
That's good.
Like Booty Marshall guy, so I can't get a good tuner. But I will play. Run the track, Mr. DJ. Give me track one.
Thank you.